Okay, we notice first that there is one component in the component window. We edit it. Want to see what the calculate button displays. So we notice there's 3 quantities and 3 prices, and we calculate. And we notice that anything with the material added is duplicating it or quadrupling the cost. So same with the freight. So of course it is making our sell price that we've chosen at $26.83, which prior to that was at basically list price, is now double the cost or half the cost. So we cancel that. So we're going to go into price setter. So we save this. We want to have a look in price setter. So I go into price setter, and then when we look at it, we see that of course our costs are double what they were before. So if I was to put that in there just to decide what to do when I set the price, and then I apply the price, yes, add it back, and I close eventually. I go back into my price setter. As you can see, it takes a while. And I change it to my other quantities, 250. Looks like it's on its way. Oh, Enterprise is not responding. We'll wait for the program to respond at the moment.
Well, it's just you and Susan really that work on it, right? Or do the other guys?
Okay, so we waited long enough and we got 250 to show up here. But now we notice that 250 is 10,000, which is more than the other one. So let's just close that, and we notice that when I did that, I got a second component showing up. So I find this kind of odd. I'm curious if I hit price set on this component, what happens. So no one else is in this component or in this docket. That is confirmed. Alright, so we notice now 500 is 10,000. If I go into the 250 component, or quantity, I notice now that the prices stay the same, but of course all the costs have doubled. So out of curiosity, I'll just throw a number in there. I'll set price on it and I'll close it, and nothing changes as far as adding another component. And if I go into the first component again and just verify the price setter, just for curiosity's sake, and set price on that and apply it. What we do notice is that we are, every time we do this and go back in, now we get estimate number already exists. If you want to overwrite, you must go back to edit that record. So whatever that means. Anyways, that puts me into a loop, so I close that. So that's all we can do. If I go in to this quote and I go into the Postpress, I delete the processes and re-enter them, it will only charge them once until I save it, and then it does that multiple processing of it. So if I go into processes, and I go into here and I take my laminating and I delete it, and I go back in and add the laminating once again, and if I take out that shrink wrapping, I delete that and add shrink wrapping back in. There we go. And then if I take out apart from the fact it takes too long, I take out my freight in, which does have a material attached. Delivery, freight in, wait a moment. And then I save that. Oops, I should have calculated before I saved it. In time. So if I calculate this, we will see what it does. So we'll see that shrink wrapping is in 4 times, laminating is now only in once. We'll go back into post press and we'll take out what was in post stock. Shrink wrapping we'll delete. We'll wrapping, shrink wrapping again. Click OK. We're going to go into freight in is fine. Shrink wrapping. We'll check that again. So the laminating is fine, freight in is fine. The shrink wrapping that we added the second time is fine. The freight is not good. The clicks are showing out too many, so let's take out the clicks. So we'll get rid of the clicks and then go back into clicks and add those back in. So that's fixed all those things except a little bit of freight, but that's fine for now. So we'll take the ship to Victoria, delete that, delivery, ship to Victoria. So that has covered all my material, so I'm going to save that. And I'm going to go back in there. We're going to see what it looks like. Go ahead, calculate. And everything is still holding fine except the freight, curiously enough. So now what I'm going to do, say yes, I'm going to hit price setter again. And now of course the extra cost involved is primarily because it's adding the 2 components together that it had. So we're going to now reprice that, only 1 component. So now the challenge is this is even less than it was before in the original quote. So and